What became of the dreams we had? Oh, what became of forever love? Oh, what became of forever love? No one ever knows.
Welcome back to Tyldelsey TV. I know that we've been about as visible as Boris Johnson at a Cobra meeting over the last couple of months, but we're far better looking and we're far more intelligent. We could have run the country significantly better than he has, in my opinion, although I'm not sure if Jack Weaver was involved, it would have been such less of a mess. We're joined this morning by 5 players, three players, an old man rather. So I've got Danny Bez. Morning, Danny.
Morning.
Jack Weaver. Morning, Jack.
Morning. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. It says Eddie Wallbank, but it's in disguise. It's Connor Norton. Morning, Connor.
Morning, everyone.
And our resident old man this week is Matt Soulsby. Morning, Matt.
Good morning.
Boys, I want to just touch on a few things. It's been a long time since last season. It's looking increasingly long before we're going to be playing competitive rugby this season. So I just want to have a bit of a chat this morning about a few things. The COVID effect, the lockdown, what you've been up to, keeping fit, fishing, although Chris Partington can't be with us, can he, this morning, because he's fishing, strange fella. So, Danny, lockdown for you, mate. I suppose you've been minding your dad about making sure you're captain again next season, amongst other things.
Yeah, it's not been too bad. I was up at uni for a little bit doing exams during lockdown, so that kept me busy for a while. But once I come back, we've done bits and bobs. Like, I know forwards did a little bit of their own, but me and a few of the young lads decided to go down and do our own little things. Obviously keeping 2 meters apart, but just trying to get ahead of the rest. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
How were your exams go? Did you get the adjusted results, or did you pass? Or
I passed, but it's in appeals at the moment, so we don't want to talk about it.
Okay, just tell him you got a first. Matt, put your phone away, man.
He's on mute as well.
Connor,
I think you're going to get an insight into what my entire working experience has been like through lockdown, because my children are downstairs arguing and my wife's nowhere to be seen. I might have to duck out in a minute.
Nah, you'll be all right, mate. They're old enough just to not burn themselves, aren't they? I'll come to you then, Matt, because obviously being a school teacher, you've done, and your wife's a school teacher, you've done jack all during lockdown.
I feel like I'm on here directly to defend the integrity of the profession, because I think that's a widely held belief that teachers have clocked off in early March and pretty much sunbathed ever since. And I think in all honesty, I think there's a few schools and a few teachers that have perhaps done that, but it's certainly not been the experience for what I know of primary schools and certainly secondary teachers and these selective subjects. It's been a tough old time, actually. I've got a new job recently, and I've ended up doing a lot of the sort of the strategic and logistical organisation of.
Hang on. Sorry, Matt.
Go on.
Them big words, strategic, and you might to explain it to Jack.
Got his dictionary with him.
Yeah, so it's just been a bit full on, to be honest, and I can empathise massively with anyone with school age children of the issues around homeschooling. It's absolutely poisonous. I wouldn't do it for all the money in all the world, homeschooling.
Good stuff. Well, as some of your pupils said, they don't want you to school them at school. But, Connor, you've been ridiculously active, pal. You've lost how much weight, and talk us through it, pal.
Yeah, well, since November I started losing weight. I've lost about 5.5 stone since then. The lockdown, I was furloughed for about 3 months, so although it damaged a lot of people's lives, it actually changed mine being furloughed, because I could just focus 2 or 3 months just losing weight, walking, home workouts, stuff like that. It was literally changed my life, so I've been doing that, and then I've recently had a job for the past 2 months, a new job, so I've been doing that and mixing up with going to the gym and stuff like that. Recently opened. Done a bit of some of the rugby lads, some of the forwards for a few weeks before we started pre-season training set up by Travis and Dino. So that was fun to get him This was when we could meet outside for the first time in groups of 6. So that was fun. That's what I've been up to, yeah.
Good stuff. And it's not affected your drinking, has it? Your ability to neck a pint?
Well, some people have said that I've lost my magic powers. So I think once we get back to rugby, I'll be able to test myself against the real drinkers and see how I am.
Superb. Thanks, Connor. Jack, you've been busy on social media. Found yourself a new girlfriend in lockdown where nobody was meant to be meeting other people. Is she aware of your relationship with Prendy? And that weekend in Billings, broke back Billings.
Yeah, she's aware. She's met Prendy, social distance. For record, we did meet before, but it just wasn't official. So we made it down. Just got
I know you don't seem convinced.
I know we picked her up from school a few times.
Oh, Jack, carry on, mate. We'll not take your thunder.
But yeah, lockdown for me. Was furloughed for 3 weeks. Then work started to pick back up again. So went back to work, back into the office straight away. So it's not really been much of a lockdown. The only difference to me is like sort of the pubs are closed. Now that they're back open and stuff, it doesn't feel like much of a change. Still working all the way through. Apart from that, it's just missing rugby.
Good stuff. We started training again the last few weeks. Obviously, it's a different experience. I think we've moved on to what they call stage C now, which is essentially tick and pass, which will suit you, Matt. Obviously, no physical contact still.
Perfect for
Danny,
me.
been a new coaching setup, Danny. There's 4 involved now, and obviously the strange training. How have you found it, mate?
I've enjoyed it. I mean, Siv's been killing us with his conditioning sessions, having us run around pitch 100 times and sprinting for an hour. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. The conditioning's obviously been hard, but the actual drills have been good. It's nice to have a range of coaches as well. So you've obviously got the hierarchy, but having those different coaches, learning different things from each person, it's good. I've enjoyed it.
And Connor, you must have been front of the line and all the conditioning. I mean, you're fittest lad there now.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. We did our timed run, and I think for the first time in my life, I was actually fitter than my stepbrother Martin, which was quite a surprise for everyone. So I had to rub that in afterwards. But it's been a bit weird, obviously, training in small groups. It's quite difficult, but it's been quite good. I've enjoyed the fitness part of it at the minute. Drill's fantastic. Obviously, known all the coaches for quite a while. Growing up around the club, they've always been around. Like when Pete took us to and grew up watching Jim and Ash play rugby for various teams, and got to play with Ash as well. So know the coaches really well. Drill's fantastic at the minute.
Stuff. I was going to ask Matt then, but he's pissed off again. Jack, have you been training?
Yeah. I think I've been to every session so far, which is.
Have you found it?
Yeah, well, me going to every session speaks volume. So yeah, it's just refreshing. We've got obviously, well, I say new faces at the club. Like Colin said, they've been around for years, but they've developed into roles that they've never been in before, and it's just bringing a whole new criteria to the club, and like we've never seen before, and it's that speaks volumes.
Good stuff. A fresh start, a change is as good as a rest, isn't it? And hopefully it bears fruit in the season. Matt, you been down much in the pre-season, or have you been busy?
Yeah, I've done
your
the
kids while your wife's at work.
I've done the first couple of weeks, and then I've been away camping last week. But yeah, I think I echo Danny's sentiment in that it's really nice to have that group dynamic. It's twofold. One, it gives a bit of variance to the actual coaching, the delivery, and the different personality types, the different focuses. But also, I think it takes a lot of the pressure off the coaching staff that there's not the same one person heading up, leading up, and everything. It spreads that workload more evenly. It's actually, I think it's a really productive dynamic, and it keeps the energy levels high, at the sessions and stuff. And I think hopefully that's one of my big sort of hopes, is that the training numbers maintain. And because as a club we should be training regularly, and if if the training's quality and the numbers are turning up, it can continue to be quality. So hopefully, maintain all the way through until we can hopefully get back on the field.
Superb. I mean, there could be a bit of a wait to the start of the season. There's, if it does go to January, Danny, there's a little mini league. I think it's Eccles, Wigan, Trafford, Metrovic, and Tyldelsey, which would be a tough little league. But it'd be good just to get some games under your belt. Obviously, aspirations for the season is I suppose getting on the field. I've said this before. Must be top of the agenda, and then with the new impetus, hopefully to have a successful season. Danny,
I just like I said, the team, like hopefully we can get 2 teams. I don't know what the second team plan is, but if we can get 2 teams out, get playing regular rugby, just playing together is the big thing, because obviously, like you said, we're just taking pass at the moment, so you're not really playing with your teammates. You're not be able to do set pieces, moves, anything. So yeah, this mini league, just practice together. It'll bring training as well. I think playing brings people training as well. So just for me, the biggest thing about this season and then carrying on is just building like a community, having the people games and training. Just build a club again rather than being down to a bare 15 that only turn up on a Saturday.
yeah, it's a good point, that, mate. Move on, Conor, for the season, mate. I mean, moving away from the front row and into the centres, probably. Yeah.
Well, you never know. But I don't think I'll be moving too far from the front row. But I looked at the league last night of what we could be in if we played now, and there's a few familiar faces in there like Hoylake, New Brighton, etc. But then you just mentioned the mini league, which sounds a bit tougher, to be honest. But either way, I think I'd be happy just to get out there and play with the lads. It's going to be a bit of a weird season for me, completely trying to change my game a little bit, get my hands more on the ball and stuff. But excited to play. Whoever we play, I think we can win games with players and the quality we've got. So looking forward to getting out there and getting hands on ball.
Jack, you do a bit of rugby league as well, don't you? I'm not sure what happened with that season, and is that going ahead? And obviously then there's the union season for you.
Pretty much similar. So it all got stopped. I think rugby league were a little bit quicker to come back to it regarding professionals. Obviously Super League started back up. I think NRL has been back for a couple of, maybe a month or 2 now. But obviously the RFU a little bit more. But as you said, now we've just gone into stage C with the training, is it?
Yeah. So
now we can start to do a bit more. So yeah, I mean the season going forward, it should be good. The mini league sounds good. A couple of hard games in there, but yeah, I think we can manage it.
Just playing being the main aim.
Yeah, just play anyone.
Matt, I don't. You didn't play for a couple of seasons, mate. You've decided to give it another shot at how old I know, 41 now.
25 and a half, 26 next year.
That's inches tall. What obviously first team, second team vets, you've qualified for them all, mate.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, really. I think it's a real shame the way obviously it's panned out. Everything's a real shame. It's a real shame the way it's panned out. But I think what the lockdown gave us is that actually you realise what you've not got, or what you're missing, or what you once had, and being down the club with the lads and training and that sort of team unity thing had sort of gone a couple of seasons ago in terms of training and stuff. But when you actually can't do it, you can see by the numbers turning up, people need that, people want that. And I think there's a lot of sort of old faces come out the woodwork and fancied a bit of it. And, it seems like a good idea until Siv's making you run around the pitch 30 times or whatever. But and it's good, and I think people do need that. And you can see by the numbers volunteering themselves for first team, second team. I know a couple of lads are looking at getting a vets team together, and there's countless names on that as well. So I think it's a really good idea just to be getting the momentum back into it. And I think it'd be a really powerful tool for people's mental health, the community spirit, but also the club in itself, and hopefully ultimately rugby. I think it'd be a really good thing. And that's basically what it came to. When you sat in the middle of lockdown doing nothing, sat having a beer on your own, you want to be down the club, you want to be out playing, you want to be training me. And I think that's what people have realised, and that's testament to the number of people turning out for training.
Cool. Danny, have you asked your dad about whether you're going to be captain this year?
Yeah, he said absolutely not.
There you go, Jack. There's a chance for. And Connor, which one is your favourite coach?
Oh, I can't say that. I can't say that. I don't want to ruin any selection chances I might have.
Jack, we did say before that your favourite coach was the 12-seater.
Oh, cut out just the right time there, like.
Sorry,
Yeah,
no.
you cut out.
All the
Liz.
best.
You
You
know,
broke
I
up
was just
then.
saying that your favourite coach is the 12-seater with a toilet on the
Could be me. I wear jeans and flip flops and slippers to the club.
Danny Bez. I've never seen 21-year-old wear slippers and jeans to the club. Gotta be.
Got wrote down Danny Bez's slippers, so without a doubt, worst dress sense has got to be Danny Bez. They are awful. Worst slippers I've ever seen.
Looking back, there's quite a few, but actually the one that comes to mind at the minute is Dino, because he's like, since he's started all his bodybuilding, he hasn't changed his clothes. He's just got bigger inside him. I've seen him Tuesday just gone. He looked like he was wearing hot pants. It was horrendous. So I'm going to go with Dino.
What does preening mean?
Yeah, well,
A couple of prima donnas. I'd say me when he had hair, but sorry, Connor, it's got to be you. I've seen you in that mirror doing your little wax.
If I can't pick myself, I'll go for for Jack Kirk. But I think overall, it's probably myself. I would say me.
And I've not seen many in a couple of seasons, but I remember Zach obviously being very, very concerned about his appearance, and he was always well dressed. And I'm not sure how long it took him, but you know, he was always very proud of his appearance. So I'm going to go with Zach for that. Zach Sargent.
Rob Jones.
Rob Jones, it's got to be.
Take the hat trick. Why not? Rob Jones. I don't think I've ever actually seen him buy a pint, so go with Rob Jones.
Literally all students. I'm not going to pick one.
Mark Dickey, but to get someone else to play for him.
Eddie.
nice.
Eddie's always up there.
Mark Dickinson. Never away from it.
Mark Dickey, but not to pay, just to stand there until someone buys him one.
Nice one.
Paul Martin.
None of them. Just take me out.
Tough one. Probably either Danny or Connor Edge, because I think we spent a lot of taxis on the way home in the past.
I'd go with Kinsey, because not only does he live right next door, but it's like bringing your own bouncer home with you, so he'd get me out of any bother.
Weaver.
Maybe Prender. Defo Prender. He can stay there.
No way.
I'm going with the man who's here. I'm going with Matt Salisbury, because I think me and Danny remember when we seen him on our way home from a night out. And I think after that stay, I think we were leaving Matt in the pub, not bringing him home with us.
I wouldn't bring me home after that night.
What happened? What happened?
Nothing.
That's for another day.
Let's tell it.
He was just a bit worse for wear, we'll say that.
Channel and Prendy Senior. Just get well away from them too.
Thank you.
Right, guys, thanks for your time.
Good.
Thanks for doing it, lads. Good to see you, mate. Cheers, buddy.
Guys.